Hey, welcome here to a brand new episode. I'm your host, Dr. Faith Elizabeth Nanyonga. If you're listening in today, I'd like to take this minute to thank you for each and every time that you tune in to listen to me as I teach about career development and personal development. Your support is invaluable to me, and I don't take it for granted. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Frame Solution podcast. And if you'd like to be a fan, there are 3 ways you can support this show and spread the love. Every single share, subscribe count matters, so do not think your efforts go unnoticed. The first way you could support this show is by leaving a review in Apple Podcasts. Reviews not only make the world a better place for me, as the podcast gets to many ears, but also rank our podcast higher in the podcast charts. You can subscribe to this podcast so that you do not miss out any episode as they are released. And also, you could choose to be a guest on the podcast by sending in an email. The email address is theframesolutions@gmail.com. Thank you once again. What's great about your current career path? In this episode, I'm going to discuss that. But before I do, have some minute to ponder about that question. What's great in your current career path? So, when you're making decisions about your career, it's easy to focus on what is lacking in your career, right? You'll focus your energy on what you don't have, what skills you don't have, what you need to study, how you need to get ahead, and you forget to focus on the things that you already have. After all, who wants to get stuck in a job or in an industry that they don't love? I bet no one. But focusing on only the red flags means that it can be harder for you to recognize those green flags, the good things that you have in your career. Unlike career red flags, like toxic bosses, unequal pay, toxic environment, etc., the good signs are always there. And let us call them the green flags. They don't trigger you. They make you motivated. They make you want to do your job. And they're usually subtle that you can't even notice them. But recognizing them early enough is very important for you to understand if your career path is great or not great. And here are 8 ways or 8 signs that you can recognize if you're on the right career path. The first one is your current career path is in alignment with your values. A career that goes against your values usually ends up in disappointment and miserable, not too so future. On the other hand, if you're in line with your values, the things you value at your current job, probably you value freedom, you value autonomy, you value flexible hours, time for your family, a good pay, an environment that is stimulating in a good way, you find yourself being more satisfied in your current job. The next thing that you could look at is, are you full of ideas? When you go to work, do you find many ideas that you want to implement that you're always running in your boss's office and telling them, by the way, I thought about this. Wouldn't it be wise for us to try this? Wouldn't it be wise to look at this in this angle? Wouldn't it be wise for us to tackle this problem like this? If that's you, that means you're enjoying your work. It's stimulating you to think ahead and stimulating you to come up with different ideas that you can implement in your current job. The third thing that you would know is you're very excited every day to wake up, dress up, and go to work. You are excited to do those challenging opportunities and those challenging tasks that come up in your current job. The next one would be you see a future in your current path. 5 years ago, while I was doing my PhD, I looked at my future and I was like, wow, I envision working for a biotech company. I envision doing antivirals, making vaccines, like doing work. And I felt very happy envisioning that future. And that's when I was like, you know what, Faith? You're in the right path. Your career path shows that there's light at the end of the tunnel. The other thing is that you enjoy going to work. I've already explained this. Every morning that you wake up and dress up and go to work, you are thrilled and very happy to be at your workplace or even tackling those projects that you work on. You talk about your job on a daily. Anyone who asks you, hi Faith, what do you do? Oh, I'm a biotech scientist. I work on this. Hi Mary, what are you working on? I'm a data scientist. I'm designing this. If you're excited and you can't stop talking about your work, you're on the right path of your career. The last point could be you just feel it's the right fit, like you are comfortable. You think about it and you're like, you know what? I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. You're not explaining exactly how you are enjoying your work, but you just tell people, you know what? I feel I'm in the right place. Are you experiencing any of these points that I've mentioned? It might be one, it might be two, it might be even all of them. If that's you, stick in there. You're on the right path to your career development. So the next thing would be devising ways to get ahead in your career. And I could help you get ahead in your career through the Get Unstuck Career Academy, or even just a free 30 minutes call with me. Book your next free 30 minutes call with me. The link is in the show notes of this episode. I can't wait to speak to you and help you get ahead in your career. Bye-bye for now. I hope you've learned something from this episode. And if you have, please rate and review wherever you listen to your podcast. Subscribe to this podcast. Share it with your family, friends, and those that you think are interested in career development. Also, follow me on the socials, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. The username is The Frame Solutions. I can't wait to speak to you in the next episode. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.